What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne.
I'm Isha Wayne.
And thank you for joining us in another video today. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the details of the brand new 2020 GLE 450. This car is just absolutely dripping with technology. We're not going to get too heavy into the weeds, but I just wanted to show you some of the interior details and then possibly later on talk about how this car rides and how it feels. So Isha, sitting in this car compared to what you're familiar with, how do you feel about this interior?
I didn't know what to expect. So I had no idea what the car looked like. The interior is something I've never seen from Mercedes before. It's really, really futuristic.
It is the future.
It reminded me of the Tesla because of the futuristicness, if that's even a word.
Yeah.
But it did. And I guess I was shocked to see this from Mercedes, but excited to get into it and something new from them.
It is really exciting. So the most exciting part of this GLE so far that I've experienced is called the Mercedes-Benz User Experience, or MBUX for short. And that deals with this system that you can talk to just like a Google HomePod or Siri. You just go, "Hey Mercedes,
how can I help you?
Turn on the driver's side heated seat."
I'm switching on the seat heating.
How cool is that?
That's cool. That's what I need.
And I just love how you have these huge, bright 12.3-inch displays, very clear and vivid. And there's several different ways to control them. For example, I can use the touch pads on the steering wheel. There's one on the left side of the steering wheel to control the digital display for the instrument cluster. So I can go through different menus here, click the home button, scroll over to the phone, trip information, radio, or even just have the navigation displayed here on the driver's side, which is really neat.
Is that easier to do when you're driving?
Yes, with these touch sensitive buttons, it's really easy to do. I can just feel for it and not really have to take my eyes off the road because the screen is right here.
Is that also voice command?
Yes, you can do voice commands. So there's also a touch sensitive button on the right side of the steering wheel, so you can control the right side of the infotainment system as well.
Okay.
Which is really neat. There's also several different comfort features as well, but before we get into that, I want to mention that you can also control the infotainment system using this touchpad here. And I really like the new simplistic design of this. It's not too bulky, it's nice and flat, but my favorite feature about this is that it gives you haptic feedback. So scroll your finger on this and you see how it shakes a little bit and gives you that feedback that you need, so you know that you scrolled over. What you click on to.
I did.
So you can just click this go back button here.
It's like you guys, this is literally like a cell phone.
Yeah, it's literally like a cell phone.
Like even the features of it, the same. Okay.
The home button and everything. It's really neat. So one thing I want to show you, Isha, is you can just simply switch into comforts. Just tap it.
Okay. Oh.
Right? Or go back. I'll show you another way to get there. Hit comfort on the screen. So for the first time, Mercedes-Benz is incorporating a touch screen. So as you can see, you can control this infotainment system from the steering wheel, from this pad here, and then also touch screen. So,
and voice command.
And voice command.
Yeah,
so there are
4 options.
Multiple ways of getting through it. So one of those ways are going to feel natural for you, right? I mean, one of those ways has to work. So Mercedes, turn on the driver's seat kinetics.
I'm switching on the seat kinetics on the driver's seat.
So what the kinetics does is it kind of moves the seat back and forth a little bit while you're driving, so it doesn't get you fatigued and stiff. It's not a full massage, but it's something to keep you, kind of loose a little bit. So
I need that on.
Hey Mercedes, turn on the passenger side kinetics.
Okay, I'm switching on the seat kinetics on the front passenger seat.
All right, so your seat should start moving just back and forth a little bit. It's gonna keep you loose. You look really excited about this.
Because this is so cool. Look, everyone knows that I get so excited with just the hug.
Yeah, the seatbelt tension.
And it did hug me.
So there's several different features about this car. One thing I think is really cool is the seat heating balance. You can literally control the dispersion of where the heat is going to go.
Oh.
Right? So as you see, as I scroll my finger, I can change where the heat is going on the seat. So just tap, yeah, there you go. And it changes the seat variation, the variation of the heating. So that's really neat, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before in a car. That's really cool.
Right.
So if you just want your back heated, you just scroll up, or
a nice balance between the both.
Right.
That's really nice.
I'm sure you want the balance between the both,
I do.
right? It's cold.
It's cold.
So there's several different features here that Mercedes-Benz has incorporated in the GLE, and I just love what they've done with it.
What would you like to do?
So similar to the Google and Siri, if you say Mercedes while you're in the Mercedes, it's going to trigger it. But the typical trigger is, hey, Mercedes, right? So this car has just come a long way just from the interior alone. You want to go ahead and take it on for a test drive?
Yeah. Oh, wow. I love how it...
My bad. I get those scam calls all the time.
Me too. I found this robot scam blocker thing, the app, and it actually will block. It will block the scammer, right? Plus, it will answer the phone for you and play with the scammer as if.
Are you serious?
Yes, it wastes their time just like they waste your time.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this in the video because I think people will probably find that
like
useful.
Robot scam app. I'll make sure I get the proper name and leave it in the description box below. How about that?
Yes, please do that. So anyway, first impressions, and I'm just cruising out the lot here for the first time.
I am so amazed at it telling me that I'm turning.
It did. I must have missed it.
Yes.
I must have missed it. But
it showed the road that I was getting ready to turn on.
Are you serious?
Yes. Sorry.
So this car just rides exceptionally smooth when compared to the
smooth.
last generation. I honestly feel like I'm floating.
You know, it's pretty good.
It is really good.
I don't think it's the one that I love, but it's getting there.
This is really good.
No, but I would take this. This is nice.
They've come a long way.
It's very spacious as well. Very, very comfortable. I'm actually pretty amazed right now. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know what I was getting into today
right.
at all. I didn't know if it was a sedan. I had no idea it was an SUV, and you guys know I love SUVs. So I was quite very excited.
Yeah, the ride quality is exceptionally smooth. Like we've talked about in car after car recently, they extended the wheelbase for this model, and that not only gave the passengers in the rear some additional legroom, which is probably what you noticed. Yes. It also promotes a smoother ride. So I literally feel like I'm floating while driving this. Now the power plant for this GLE 450 is a 3-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder motor, giving you 362 horsepower and also 369 pound-foot of torque. And it features Mercedes-Benz latest 48-volt EQ boost system. And you might not have even noticed, but the car just cut off while we were standing still.
It did.
And that's the benefit of that 48-volt system, because it regulates and runs all your engine ancillaries that are typically belt-driven. So in this car, everything's done by almost electricity, right? So it eliminates that judder when you come to a stop and the engine cuts off to save fuel. So it's just silky smooth, and you can hardly tell when this car cuts back on.
Right.
So I just let my foot off the brake and rolled up 2 inches.
And it turned on.
It turned on, but you couldn't even feel it.
Not
That is
really.
amazing. All right, green light. So Isha, let's play with the navigation system a little bit.
All right. So I'm going to click on this Where To button. And let's just select them all.
Of course, you're going to choose them all. All right.
The route is being calculated. Caution, restricted access. Please follow the road for 3/4
All right, so we're gonna let the navigation do its thing, and hopefully it just gets us to where we need to go. But I really want you guys to be able to see how this augmented reality works on this navigation system. It's super slick. So anyway, back to performance while we're
Right.
I'm getting ready to turn right in not too long. Anyways, this Powerplant gets you a 0 to 60 time in the 5-second range. So it's pretty quick for a car that's just a turbocharged 6-cylinder. So you'll notice a lot of the engines are starting to get smaller, but your performance is staying up there.
There it goes.
There it goes. That is awesome. So you see how the front camera turned on and you have an arrow here?
Oh man, look at that.
Right. There's no way you can miss your turn.
Like this, everybody needs
Now
this.
turn right.
Look at this.
See how that's the street name there? That is
And it's
amazing.
saying turn.
Right here. Like
Right.
there's no way you were
If you
missing.
miss that, something's wrong.
Yeah, if you miss that, you don't need to be driving.
No, but honestly, you can just look at the comparison. Here's like a normal view of, a navigational system,
Yep.
your GPS, compared to the augmented,
The augmented, yeah.
the augmented
Reality.
reality system. That was amazing.
That was amazing. Yeah.
It's definitely clear.
It's
You're
clear.
not going to miss where you're going, and with all of the rules, regulations, laws today,
Yeah, can't
with-
even hold a cell phone
Right.
while driving.
you have to, and this is just, everybody needs this.
Right. So there's no more using, the navigation on your cell phone and looking down and squinting to see, am I supposed to turn here or just up the street? Like, it is pretty clear where you're supposed to turn.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Hey, Mercedes, cancel the navigation.
Canceling route guidance.
No, we're not going to the mall. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the exterior. It's all new for 2020. This car looks so much better than it did previously. I mean, this is Mercedes-Benz top selling SUV, but for me, the exterior design just wasn't there at all. It wasn't
Yeah.
eye-catching at all, but this kind of has a wow factor.
I noticed the difference.
You notice the difference?
Immediately, because I was like, what is this? He told me it's this, but that's not that car.
Right. This car, it's just striking. It kind of defines itself in its own way. It really stands out. You have LED front headlights, and then you have LED tail lamps with the new trapezoidal design language going on in the Mercedes-Benz lineup. The exterior the skin just seems more taut. It just looks sportier than it was previously. So the exterior color of this one is done in lunar blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors, so I'm not mad at that for real. And just the handling for this year has drastically improved, and that's thanks to a new space frame architecture that they've used. They're using high strength aluminum, high strength steel, and ultra high strength steel, and you can truly feel the difference. Now the car is about 4 inches longer than the previous model, but the weight really hasn't changed that drastically at all. So I love how SUVs are becoming a little bit bigger. And speaking of size, that allows them to have an option available for third row seating, which is a first for the
Oh, wow.
which is a first for the GLE. This car doesn't have it.
Right.
But if you want to get some additional people over with you on a short trip, that third row seating option is available.
Wow. So what's going on with the lighting?
This is the ambient lighting that you've come to know and love in all the Mercedes-Benz cars. You can change it to pretty much any color you want. So for example, I'll just say, hey Mercedes,
How can I help you?
change the ambient lighting to yellow.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
Oh, wow.
So it's just that simple.
Yeah.
I really love this MBUX system. It's amazing.
Hey, Mercedes,
How can I help you?
change the ambient lighting to red.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
That is so cool.
That is neat. And you can even use it to change your heat settings. So if you're too hot, you can just say, change it to 72 degrees, right?
The thing that's really, really cool though, I love the fact we already talked about this, but there's so many different ways to get to the same function.
Yeah.
And, they still have the heating selection here. the same tools.
Yeah, you have the physical buttons if you want to use
so
that.
they did not take that away. I have been in certain things with technology where they'll take away the old function and
Right.
replace it with the new function, and when the new function may malfunction, there's no way to get to that.
Right.
So that's really, really cool.
Multiple ways
Yeah.
of being able to do the same thing really sets this car apart. I
Right.
mean, there are practically 4 different ways to do certain things in this car. It's insane.
Right.
How do you feel about the seats?
I think the seats are very comfortable. You know, it's I'm if we want to compare it to the last SUV we were in,
Mm-hmm.
it's along the same lines, and I cannot be mad at it. I'm actually
the seats
very
are really
satisfied.
comfortable. Yeah.
Very
The way they
satisfied.
redid the interior of this car is just, it's light years ahead.
Yeah.
I can't stress that enough.
I'm very, very proud of Mercedes right now.
Yeah, you're proud of them.
I'm very proud.
Yeah, they stepped their game up for
Yeah.
real. And the center console is nice and neat. You got 2 cup holders in the center here. I
Right.
love the wood
There's
finish.
some technology in there too. Yeah.
Heated and cooled cup
USB.
holders.
Yeah.
You got USB-C ports, not just
Yeah.
USB. You got several USB-C ports in this car.
And you know, this interior on the inside is a bit masculine. So of course, I know you can spec it out the way that you want it to be.
Mhm.
The wood grain is a little bit too masculine for me, but you know, other than that, I know that it's good. I like it.
I like it a lot too. I really love the espresso brown in this car. The steering wheel is just nice and smooth in my hands. I love how I can have the navigation up on my side of the infotainment system as well. And just the way everything feels, there's a sense of quality and craftsmanship that you can just tell as you touch different surfaces. For example, the door panels are just covered in leather, and then you have the wood veneer, and then the cold to the touch door handle. So I really love the quality that you can truly feel in these cars. But overall, we just wanted to talk about the new MBUX system a little bit with you. My first impressions of this car is I love the ride quality. I love the seat kinetics. Even though they're not full-blown seat massaging, I do love the fact that the seats move just a little bit to keep the blood flowing while we're driving. And just the fit and feel of this car, the way it looks is outstanding. Isha, what are your closing thoughts?
I do have a question before I close.
What's your question?
There's been a lot of technology that Mercedes has implemented over the years. Is that technology in this today? For example, like the park assist. Is all of that combined in here?
Yeah, you can option this car with a ton of the latest and greatest in technology
Okay.
Mercedes-Benz has to offer. As a matter of fact, I go as far as to say that the GLE might be one of the most technology advanced cars they have out now, and that's including the S-Class, right? Because the S-Class has been out for a while now. I think it got introduced in 2014. This is a 2020 model. So you can expect to see a lot of the technology used in this car to make it into the next body style of the flagship S-Class sedan.
That's great. I like it. I would take this one. Okay.
You would think this.
I would take this one, spec it out the way I like it. I really, really like the navigational system and the voice command. That is so cool. I'm so happy that they've done that. You know, you
I can
have to
tell
stay
you-
competitive with the market,
Yeah.
and I don't know any other car that has the voice commands in it to that magnitude.
Yeah, to this magnitude, I'm not sure.
You know, it's literally like a car for dummies.
Yeah, you can literally just talk to it. Don't even take your hands off the wheel. So,
Which is great because you can get distracted. Oh, I need to change the radio, or I need to do this, or, you know.
right.
Soon they'll just be able to have, you know, your rear view mirror turn when you turn so that it gives you a better eye view.
Right.
I guess you don't necessarily need that because there's cameras there to show you right here in front of you.
Yeah,
as well.
you got the 360-degree surround view system. So they're
Yeah.
cameras, very useful when you're parking. It takes advantage of some of those cameras when you're using that navigation system. So it is extremely neat. So we just wanted to do a quick overview of some of the technology incorporated
Can
in the
this
GLE.
one go off-road?
Yes, you can, but
Okay.
we're going to say, let's hold back for another video. I'm actually waiting to do a full technical review on this car, on a car that has all the bells and whistles. So we're going to talk a little bit about that later. Stay tuned for future videos. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Make sure you share this video if you can, and we will catch you in the next
We
one.
will catch you in the next one.